the defense secretary is talking about the fact that Trump has said that he would end the war in Ukraine on day one. He hasn't said how he would do that. But what is likely the biggest foreign policy implication in the short term of Trump in the White House has got to be his promised end to military aid to Ukraine. Even though Europe has done a lot and done it quickly in European Union terms, and the UK has been very involved in this, it won't be possible to replace that aid in time. And Putin's been playing a waiting game when it comes to Ukraine, and he's been much more active when it comes to U.S. elections.
What have you heard, if anything, from some of the European leaders about a potential second Trump presidency in terms of just geopolitics in general? Again, as you mentioned, there's so many hotspots around the world, from the Middle East to Ukraine. What would that mean potentially?
Well, European elected officials will be at great pains not to say anything because, they don't want to be seen to be interfering in the elections. But there has been no secret about the fact that Brussels, for example, has been trying to Trump-proof Europe, and that's the term that's been used, and that relates particularly to security and defense, as mentioned. But I think the other angle here, I mean, the obvious one is security and defense, and it matters enormously. But the other angle about why these US elections are being watched so closely and with so much anxiety is simply around the question about whether the US can have a peaceful transition. And I was very interested to see some polling data from the AP that talked about 4 in 10 Americans are concerned about violent interference with elections. That's alarming. So I think the biggest litmus test is the functioning of our institutions and the acquiescence of whoever loses.
Right.